right, good evening, everybody. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS, the District Planning Centers, and the National Dispatchers Network. And tonight is Thursday night. It is 7:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it is time for How to Dispatch series. And tonight we are on part 3, which is the pitch. Last week, we went over how to find the carriers, locating carriers. The week before that, we went over compliance and everything you need to dispatch straight from home, the right type of equipment, what is dispatching legal. We went over the statutes and things of that nature. So last week we went over locating carriers, showed y'all how to use our back office tools and resources to locate the carriers. So once you have located the carriers, then you got to pitch. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're doing the pitch. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Barbara, Tasha, Washington, Kensha, Gamble, Pratt, Legacy, Darren, Stevens. We got quite a few people on right now, but we got a whole lot more people who are going to be coming on probably, hopefully, because we did sign up a lot of new people last week and on yesterday. So we're starting to, people are starting to get that bug. They want to dispatch freight, they want to broker freight. So they're coming over to the training. They're looking to seek out these training platforms. And I have to think that we have the best training platform out there. And there's some things that are going on that is going to help us solidify that here in the coming future. All right. So let me go over a couple of things with y'all that to give y'all some updates. Let me start sharing my screen here real quick. Give y'all a couple of updates of some things that we was able to put into motion that's going to help us out a lot. If y'all haven't noticed, I've been sharing on Facebook, a lot this morning because we had some things that we some people we are partnered up with, some industry type things that we partnered up with that's going to help us a lot when it comes to enrollments and making our platform more affordable. As you all can see here, we are now partnered with Afterpay. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know what Afterpay was, but apparently a lot of you all do know what Afterpay is. And it's a great product. It's a great service. Afterpay it is another payment option that is now in our checkout cart. It is now in our checkout. So when you go to checkout, when you go to our backup, when you go to our Square store, or when you go to order something through us, anything, you have the option of using Afterpay or paying with Afterpay. Now, Afterpay is basically exactly what it sounds like. Okay, is exactly what it sounds like. Pay over 4 weeks or 6 weeks. Okay, you can now use Afterpay when you sign up for any of our enrollments. If you just short on funds and you don't have all of it right now, or you just don't want to pay the whole thing right now, you can use Afterpay and pay over 4 weeks or 6 weeks. Now, if you pay 4 weeks, there's no interest. It's interest-free. If you do the 4-week Afterpay option, if you do the 6-week, they're gonna put a little bit of interest on it. So 4 weeks or 6 weeks, and everything that we offer in our Square store, all of our enrollments, our business opportunities, the whole 9 yards, the trademarks and things like that, all that now can be done with Afterpay. Okay, so now don't worry about if you're saying, well, if I use the Afterpay, how soon can I get access to my back office tool resources and the platform? You can get access to it right away because Afterpay pays us the entire amount, and then they wait to collect the rest from you. Because I think when you sign up with Afterpay, you have to download their app. Then you have to put in your card information or your bank information or whatever that is, and then they deduct that from your card or from your bank every week for that 4 weeks in equal installments. If you set up for the 6-week one, they're deducted in equal installments over 6 weeks. Okay, that's how Afterpay works. Now, some people have asked the question, well, what about the monthly subscription? If you opt for the Afterpay, we delay your monthly subscription by another month. So already when you enroll now and you pay with your debit or credit card, your first monthly subscription payment doesn't start till 30 days later. But if you use Afterpay, it's going to start 60 days later. So, if you're doing a 4-week transaction, it's not going to overlap, because it's going to take you 4 weeks to pay it off. Then you got another um, 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 30 days before your first monthly subscription is due. Okay, so Afterpay is a great thing. It's going to help us out a lot to get more people in. More people are going to be able to sign up for our platform, because if they can stretch those payments out, I'm sure that's going to help them a lot. We also have I've also gotten the lenders for our vocational school, the financial aid lenders, to agree to open up their lending to personal loans. So now, if you want to take out if you're signing up for, let's say, corporate enrollment, and it's $999, whatever the case may be, you can get a loan for that, and that loan can be up to $50,000. Rate start at 5.99%. It can be stretched out for 24 to 60 months, 0 prepayment penalty, and they work with credit scores as low as 580. If your credit score is at least 580 and you can show the ability to pay back, the loan, there's a great chance that you're going to get approved. Okay. Now, if for some reason you put in for a loan, let's say $20,000 or whatever it may be, and you don't get approved for that, they're going to suggest that you that you redo it, but lower the amount. Cut it, I'll take it down to half that, to like $10,000 or $7,500 or whatever the case may be. So now you have the ability to you have the option to apply for a loan through our lenders, and then you can use that money to then pay for our platform, or if you get some extra money, you can use it to upgrade your house, or buy a car, or whatever you want to do, because it's a personal loan. Okay, so these things are going to help us to greatly increase our enrollments. It's going to help people to be able to afford just a whole wide range of things when it comes to the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. This is a great option for those of you who were thinking about or wanting to do your trademark and become an owner of your own RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. If you've been waiting, trying to get the money up, and now you can go and you can apply for a loan through our website. You can go. Matter of fact, let me show you where you can go. You can go to our vocational school site over at theRBBSLLC.com. Go to our vocational school site, and then on the main page there, you'll see where it says, apply for financial aid. Well, now when you click that, you can apply. That can be done for personal loans too. Okay, so when you see right here, financial aid loan programs, you can click that now, and it'll take you over. It takes you over to our loan partnership page. Pulls it up. There it is right there. The RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. See how much you qualify for. We work with the most advanced lending solutions to provide you the financing you need. Apply for financing for residents in the USA only. Seeing how much you qualify for takes 2 minutes and has 0 impact on your credit score. Loans up to $50,000. Rates start at 5.99%, 24 to 60 month terms, 0 prepayment penalties. Okay, and they do work with with lower credit scores as low as 580. When you hit the click for finance, it takes you over to like a little quick app, and then when you get to the app, it then tells you that you can actually get a loan for up to $100,000. Okay, there it is right there. Shows you right there. It tells you what the max amount you can get approved for if you have the income to support it. Now you got to have the income to support whatever amount you're trying to get. So you got to show that you got to have the ability to pay these loans back naturally. Okay, and the loan purposes can be for just about anything. Debt consolidation, credit card, refinance, home improvement, major purchases, that's a catch-all. Business, that's another catch-all. Vacation, moving and relocation, medical expenses, taxes, and of course the The all catch-all is the other. So you can pretty much apply for it and use that money for whatever you want to use it for. Very short form. You just fill this out, and then you submit it. And then it'll show you your rates and all that type of stuff, and and what you are approved for and things like that. So there you have it. Okay. So this is gonna help us to be more accessible to a lot more people. If anybody out there was thinking about doing some stuff with us, either a district or trying to get the money to pay for the tuition to our vocational school, or if you're looking to become your own, to own your own RBBS Logistics Center, you wanted to invest in the trademark, and you were thinking about, well, maybe I'll think about getting a $2,500 trademark. Well, now if you can get a loan for the $10,000, you're going to get the $10,000 trademark, and they'll stretch that payment out over 60 months. So it becomes very affordable. Okay, so then you can take advantage of what you need to take advantage of immediately. All right, that's enough with that. All right, let me get rid of this. All right, get back to our training here tonight. All right, here we are. All right, tonight is the script. How much money do you need to move your truck? Now, for our new people, when you come to your back office site, you're going to click where it says Dispatcher Tools and Resources. And it's going to take you over to our Tools and Resources area where you get to access all the stuff. Okay. And you're going to see this video, watch this video first. That kind of tells you where everything is and how everything works, and how to use everything within your back office. You got your How to Dispatch series. You got all 7 videos in here, so that you can go and you can binge watch those if you want. But tonight we're going over the script. So we're going to get down here in the area. We're going to find the script. Now the script is going to be in the agreement forms and documents area. There it is right there, the truck with the money on the back of it. Now you notice if you put your cursor over the Rolodex, it will tell you what that particular Rolodex placement is for. And you notice here you put your system resource quality control, audio quality. All right. And can y'all still hear me? I want to make sure everybody can still hear me.
Yes.
Can everybody still hear me?
We can hear you.
All right, good. All right, great. So you put your cursor over that, let it sit there for a moment, and then it'll pop up and tell you what that is. And that is right there, how much money do you need to move your truck? So tonight we're going to go over the script. Okay, that's what we're going over tonight. All right, because this is how you make your money. This right here. Okay, let me stress something to you all. The script is probably the most important thing, because nothing happens until you get someone signed up to a contract. You are not, you can have your Articles of Incorporation, your EIN number, all that type of stuff. You have all that type of stuff done. You're complying with the whole compliance, but you are not really legal to operate as a dispatcher until what? You have an owner-operator on the contract. Because remember, the statute states that dispatchers must have an agreement, a pre-existing agreement for a continued relationship with a carrier to find said carrier suitable freight before you can start go looking for loads. Okay, so that's why I say you must have a pre-existing agreement. You cannot go to load board. You cannot start looking for loads. You cannot start, telling people, hey, I got loads. You can't do that. You can't do any of that if you do not have a pre-existing agreement for a continued relationship with the owner-operator to find said owner-operator suitable freight, persuaded to said owner-operator specific criteria. That's the statute. Okay? So ultimately, what makes you legal as a dispatcher is you must have an owner-operator under contract. Okay? So you're not a bona fide agent until you have someone to be an agent for. Does that make sense to everybody? Does everybody
Yes.
understand that? Okay. Want to make sure that we're clear on that. So that makes this part of the 7-step series. This is a very important part, because if you can't convince owner operators to sign your dispatch agreement, then you just dead in the water. Now, we showed y'all how to find the owner operator. Showed y'all how y'all can find thousands. We showed y'all some soft closes. You can go to the load boards. You can pull up the truck sites, truck placements, see where the trucks are, and let you know who's looking for a load. Those are soft closes. I would start there. Okay, if you are new to this, I would start there with a soft close. If those of you who are coming in Johnny come lately and you don't know what we mean by soft closes, go back and watch last week's video. Okay, locating carriers, how to locate carriers. Okay, it's on our YouTube channel. You got one, you got it here in the back office too, so you can go and watch locating carriers right there. Step 2, locating carriers. So go back and watch that video if you don't know what soft closes are. Okay. All right. So I would start with the soft closes first, soft close prospects first, and then work my way to the the hard close, because you're not gonna have a whole bunch of soft close prospects. You may have max 50 or 60 of them, on any given day. But remember, we want y'all to call and pitch 50 owner operators per day. Okay, that's what we want you to do. So if you pitch 50 a day, you're gonna close at least one of them. And if you're doing that 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, by the end of the week, you got to 5 owner operators. 5 owner operators dispatch 4 loads each owner operator, average per week, average miles, 750 miles, average rate, $1,400 to $1,600 on your load fees. If you're charging 10%, that's going to give you total yearly revenue somewhere in the neighborhood of $176,000. Okay, $156,000 to $176,000, and that's not working hard. That's just working smart. Okay, 5 owner operators, dispatch them 4 loads per week, averaging $1,200 to $1,600 on the load fees. Your fee is 10%. You do the math on that. That comes out to be somewhere between $156,000 and $176,000. It's not bad for just 5 owner operators. Just follow the steps. All right, the pitch. Now, I want everybody to understand something. This is sales, okay? I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what anybody tells you. This is sales. The most important and the most valuable asset, or the most valuable skill that you can possess, is your skill to sell. Okay, and you're selling yourself. You got to sell this to the owner operators you're calling, because the majority of the owner operators you're calling, you just call them out the blue. So you got to sell yourself. You got to sell yourself. Now the script is designed to keep you on track. The script is designed to keep you on track. Okay, so if you follow the script the way I'm going to pitch it to you, you shouldn't have any problem with staying on track, and you shouldn't have to guess what you're going to say next, because you're always going to say the same thing basically in following the script. You're just going to follow the script. No matter what their response is, your transition is going to be the same. And what you do after the transition is going to be the same. You're going to ask for the close every single time. Every single time. And I'm going to show y'all how that is. All right, let's see who we got here tonight. We got some people on here tonight. All right. Who wants to do some role playing with me tonight? Who wants to be an owner operator? Anybody wants to be an owner operator tonight? All right, while y'all deciding on who's going to be the owner operator tonight, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the script. and I want you all to decide which one of y'all is going to volunteer to be an owner operator tonight. Don't everybody jump out all at once now. Come on, being an owner operator, that's fun.
I'll do it, Mr. Calvin.
All right. Who's this?
It's Tosca.
I should have known. All right, Tosca. Way to go, way to go, way to go. All right. All right. You gotta be the owner operator, and don't make it easy. Okay, put up a fight. Okay.
Okay, I sure will.
All right, so I want you to put up a fight. Don't make it easy, and put up a fight. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you all how, if you follow the script, and if you stick to the script and the transitions and things of that nature, you should not get lost. Now, this is a formal version of the script. I put this is here just to give you all a kind of a layout as to the guidelines of the script. But what I really want you all to do is go back and play our role playing for the script, and go back and find the script, the training where I did. There's a couple of trainings where we actually called up owner operators live, okay? And played that video, and also played the past videos of where we're doing role play, because I want you all to pitch the script the way that I pitch it, okay? Don't go word for word by this formalized version. But this formalized version is real formal. Nobody really talks like this. Nobody really talks like this. You know, greetings. My name is, I'm, independent dispatcher with such and such and such. We have over 200. Nobody really talks like that. Okay, that's not how you talk in real life. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all how to deliver this pitch in a real conversation in real life. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of this. So let's gonna have a real conversation, and let's go ahead and stop my share so we can get on us, so y'all can focus on what we're talking about here. All right, here we go. All right, Natasha, I'm ringing up. You're the owner operator. Ring, 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 ring.
Thank you for calling Tosca's Transport. How may I help you?
Hey, is this Miss Tasha Washington?
Yes, this is she.
Hey, Miss Washington. My name is Calvin Butler with RBBS Transport LLC, and I am a dispatch firm. And I noticed that you have a truck.
I already have a dispatcher.
I understand, but let me ask you a question.
Okay,
How much money do you? Ma'am, I can barely hear you.
I'm sorry, it has to be quick.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck?
How much money do I need to move my truck? Why you ask me that, sir?
Because everybody has a number that they need to have to make their truck profitable. So I'm asking you, how much money will it take for you to move your truck?
Well, the way gas is set up, I need about $4 or $5 a mile.
All right, so $4 or $5 a mile. That's great, because look, with my dispatch firm, I only look for freight that's paying the kind of money you want to get paid, going to the places you want to go, pulling the kind of freight that you want to pull. So where can I send my dispatcher people to?
Well, I already have a dispatcher, and my husband helps out too sometimes, so I don't know if I'll need you.
Look, I completely understand, but let me ask you a question. If your husband or your other dispatcher is looking for your freight one day, and they're pretty good at what they do, I assume, and they're finding you some decent paying loads, they're finding you freight that's paying $4 and $5 and $6 per mile, because you say you need at least a minimum of $4 per mile. And let's say you get on and you're looking for freight because you really know what you're doing, because you've been doing this for a minute, and you're finding loads that's paying $6 and $7 per mile. And then I call you up, and I got loads that I'm offering that's paying $10, $12, and $13 per mile. Which loads you gonna run that day?
Well, of course I'm gonna run yours. I mean, it's paying more, so I guess I'll take yours.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Because look, I'm not trying to take the place of your husband. I'm not trying to take the place of your other dispatcher. All I'm asking is this: give me an opportunity to make you some great money. Because if I find you some good paying freight, you're gonna take it and you're gonna make money, and I'm gonna make money. If I don't find you good paying freight, then you're not gonna take it. So you don't have a loss in the thing. So with my dispatch service, you can only win. And I promise you, I'm never gonna call you if I don't have freight that's paying what you've already told me that you gotta have. So you know when you see my number on your call ID, I got the kind of freight you want, going to the places you want to go, making the kind of money that you want to make. Where can I send my dispatch agreement to?
Well, sir, I said I was in a rush, and it sounds real good. Can you call me back tomorrow? Sometime tomorrow?
Miss Tasha, I dispatch freight 317 carriers every single week. I don't add carriers every day. So I need to know right now, where do you want me to send your dispatch agreement to? It's to take 2 minutes. Give me an email address, give me a cell phone number. I'm not going to text it to you, but I can text it right to you. You can sign it and send it back over to you. And that'll be the end of it. And I'll go ahead and find you some great paying freight. Now what can I send the dispatch agreement to?
But how much is this going to cost me for your services? And I'm going to have to sign another dispatch agreement?
Like I said, doesn't really matter, because if I'm charging 10%, which is what I charge, but if I'm finding you freight that's paying way more than the $4 per mile that you need, if I'm finding you freight that's paying $6, $7, $8, $9 per mile, my 10% does not matter, because you're going to make great money. Now, where can I send my dispatch agreement to?
I don't know. I think I need to. I don't know. I want to think about it because I don't like just signing stuff and having to be obligated. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I understand, but let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Are you not sure you want to make good money?
Well, yeah, I do want to make good money, and we are having some issues, staying consistent sometimes.
All right, look. Here's the thing: you can't lose money with it, because if I can't find you good paying freight, you're not going to take my load, and you haven't lost it. If I call you a good paying freight, you're going to take the load, and you're going to make money. And you do want to make good money, right?
Yeah.
And you do want to stay busy, right?
Oh yeah, we definitely need to stay busy.
Okay, so what can I send my dispatch agreement to?
Mr. Calvin, you made it hard to refuse. You can go ahead and send it over to Tosca at toscastransport.com. You got me.
All right. Look, y'all. If you stick to the script kind of guides you. Okay. Now, here's what you all have to understand. And she did a great job in putting up a fight. But here are the keys to being good at closing these people, being good at sales. First of all, learn the script the way I just pitched it. Okay, learn the basics of the script. You all notice every objection when she said I don't know, or she put up an objection, my transition was the exact same thing. I understand, but let me ask you a question. I don't care what the objection is, you go through that same transition. The reason why you want to use the same transition over and over and over and over again, because you don't have to think about it. If you start going, let me think something to say, then you're going to sound like you don't know what you're talking about. When you sound like you don't know what you're talking about, you've lost it. You've lost control. You've lost it. But as long as you stay in control, and the only way for you to stay in control is to stick to what you know, right? The same old transition. Because that sets you up to get prepared to do what? Set them up for another close. And you're using the same close over and over and over again. What can I say about this special people too? Y'all notice how many times I said that? Notice how many times I said, I understand. Let me ask you a question. And the question I asked them was basically the same thing they just told me what they was having problems with. So there's an old saying in negotiation and in closing, in sales. He who speaks first loses. Okay? That means that once you hit someone with a close, shut up. Just shut up. Let them speak first. So they're either going to say yay, or they're going to say, I don't know, or they're going to say, nah, or they're gonna say, or they're gonna come up with some other type of excuse of why they should do it. But you can't respond to whatever they're doing, whatever they're saying, until you hear what they have to say. So that's why it's always says, he who speaks first is going to lose. So you wait for them to say what they gotta say. You make sure you take note of it, because that's gonna be your answer back to them. It's like when she said, well, I already got a dispatcher, and my husband dispatcher prayed for me. I waited for her to say that, and then when she said it, I understand. Let me ask you a question. Did I repeat back to her the same scenario, but I just reversed it? If your husband or your dispatcher is looking for your freight one day, she's already told me she wants what? $4 per mile, right? That's why you got to listen. You got to listen, because people will tell you everything you need to know to close them. That's the whole point of letting them speak. That's the whole point of the script. The script is really a trap. It really is. It really is a trap. When she first came on, she tried to be hard right out the gate. Let's make this quick. I don't have a lot of time. She just did me a favor. So then I can go straight to, let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck? She just gave me the excuse to spring the trap right away. No need of me trying to get to know her. No need of me trying to introduce myself. Just spring the trap, Mr. Butler. Go ahead and put me in this trap so I can try to fight my way out. So by her rushing the process, all she did was put herself in the trap a lot quicker. Did y'all notice that?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yep.
Because the trap is, how much money do you need to move your truck? That's the trap. Y'all know why that's a trap? Do you know why it's a trap? Anybody tell me why?
They're gonna tell you exactly how much they need because they want that number.
Exactly. It's a question they have to answer. There's no other way to respond to that except to answer the question. And when they answer the question, they told you everything you need to know to close them. The trap is, how much money do you need to move your truck? If they answer that question, then their fate is sealed just by answering the question. Because everything that comes after that makes the trap smaller, 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 and smaller. Tasha, didn't you feel like you was like the grip was tightening with every with your every objection? The cage got smaller.
Yeah, I was running out of excuses. Basically, it was hard to say no to that.
And that's the whole purpose of the script. Okay, the script itself is a trap. The first question, how much money do you need to move your truck? That's the trap. You just sprung the trap. They're gonna have to answer. There's only one way to get out of that trap. Can anybody tell me the only way you can get out of that trap?
Oh, I know.
Go ahead, tell me.
If they hang up on you.
Exactly. The only way you can get out of that trap without signing my dispatch agreement is to hang up on you. And believe it or not, that is a very hard thing to do for people. It goes against everything that's in your human nature to just hang up on someone. Even though you know in your mind and in your heart, I need to hang up this phone because he got me. He gonna sell me. He got me. I'm gonna sign that dispatch agreement. If I don't hang up this phone, he's gonna sign it. You just can't hang up the phone. It's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do. People will sit there and they'll go round and round with you for 20 minutes and eventually wind up having to sign your dispatch agreement because they just can't bring themselves to hang up on someone else. It's human nature. It's human nature. So the trap is, the key is, get to that question. How much money do you need to move your truck? If they are trying to rush you, that's good. That's good, because they just rushed themselves right into the cage. Right? Because you notice I didn't try to fight with her. We just said, hey, let's make this quick. I don't have much time. I didn't say, well, I'm not gonna take much of your time. I said, oh, okay, that's great. Let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to your truck. Sprang the trap right away. And she knew she was trapped because when she heard the question, she went, and did y'all catch that? She went, ooh. And then she tried to get herself out of it. Okay, what's the purpose of that question?
Because you're too good. I was curious at that point.
Yeah. So she knew she was trapped. Okay, and trust me, it works that way with everybody. Their responses may not be exactly the same, but they're going to be similar. All the responses and reactions are going to be similar. All you got to do is stick with the format, stick with the script. Do not try to come up with anything new. Because if you try to come up with something new, you're done. You're done. You may be able to ad-lib a little bit, but go right back to that script. So when she said, well, what's the purpose of that? I ad-lib a little bit, but everybody has a certain number that they need to make their truck profit. Those I said, right? She said, yeah. All right. So my question is, how much money do you need to move your truck? I went right back to what? The trap. I didn't spend a whole bunch of time. I clarified. She asked me, well, what's the purpose of that question? I just reinforced the trap. Right? Everybody has a number that they need to have to make their truck profit. So I ask you again, how much money do you need to move your truck? Go right back to the trap. Go right back to it. Don't deviate from it. Don't try to come up with something new. Stay with what you know. Because if you stay with what you know, you sound like you know what you're talking about. When you sound like you know what you're talking about, you sound confident. When you sound confident, you're in control. The minute you start going, you might as well just hang up the phone because you're done. Okay? And remember, your transition, same transition, no matter what. After you ask for the close, shut up. How much money you need to move your truck? Shut up. Don't say nothing. Wait for them to say something. Because the first person who speaks is going to lose. Okay? I'm serious. Trust me on this. The first person who speaks after the close is going to lose. Because if you make the close, you present the close, how much money you need to move your truck. And you follow up with something else, then you got to keep following up with something else. And now you don't know what you're talking about. You sound like you don't know what you're talking about because you sound like you're not in control. Stick with the script. Use the same transitional phrases. I don't care how many times they come up with objection. You say the same thing. I understand. Let me ask you a question. Well, I don't need this. I understand. Let me ask you a question. And then the question you're going to ask is going to pertain to what they just said that they didn't want. You said that you didn't need this, but let me ask you a question. Okay. You do need to make more money, right? Yes. All right. Like I said, I'll look for freight. Look for loads that's paying the kind of money you want to get paid. Going to the place you want to go, pull the kind of freight that you want to pull. Where can I send my dispatch people to? Go right back to close. That's all you're doing. You reinforce the trap again. I only look for that because that's your response to their question. Okay, what their question is. That's your response to it. I understand, but let me ask you a question. And that question is always going to be pertaining to them making more money, pertaining to them making more than what? That $4 per mile, that $5 per mile. It's always going to go back to that because they've already told you what you need to know to close them. You don't need to know anything else other than that to close them. How much money do you need to move your truck? Does everybody see how simple and how ingenious the trap is now? Does everybody see that?
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do you all think you all can pitch that pitch the way I just did it? Because let me ask y'all a question. People they ask me all the time. This is what Calvin, you can do that because you've done this 1,000 times and you got it down pat and this and that. Okay, great. Then pitch it to yourself until you get it down pat. I'm gonna give y'all some homework tonight. I want everybody to go back and watch how I did that pitch. Go back and replay this pitch. Okay. Then I want you to turn on your computer, turn on your webcam, and record yourself pitching the pitch. Pretend like somebody's on the other end, pitch the pitch. If you need to call someone on the phone and tell them to be a owner operator and don't make it easy on you, or whatever you got to do. If you got to go get your spouse, have them to be the owner operator, and you pitch that pitch the way I just pitched it. If you have to do it 10 times until you get it down, use the same transition. I understand, but let me ask you a question. Go back to the same clothes. Use the same clothes. After you address their objection, well, I already got a dispatcher, or I had a dispatcher, and they didn't do the job right. I understand. Let me ask you a question. If that dispatcher had found you freight that was paying more than $4 per mile, and had found you loads that was not pulling heavy weight, but had ran you in areas that wasn't in the mountain, kept you on the flat lane, you would still have that dispatcher today, right? Yes. Like I said, I only look for freight that's paying the kind of money you want to get paid, going to the places you want to go, pulling the kind of freight that you want to pull. Where can I send my dispatcher to? It's the same thing over and over again. You answer their objection, and then you go back to the close again. I only look for freight that's paying the kind of money that you want to get paid, going to the places you want to go, pulling the kind of freight that you want to pull. Where can I send my dispatcher people to? Notice I didn't get stick and try to come up with something else. I took the same thing going over again.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
Hello. Are you talking to us?
Sorry.
Not,
No.
you got your mic open. We all in your conversation. All right. So, look, it's all about sticking to the script. Okay. That's what it's about. It's about the trap. So that's what it is. It's a trap. That question is a trap. I don't care how you, I don't know any other way to explain it. That question is a trap. So what I want you all to do, I want you all to sit down and I want you to record yourselves doing that pitch. If you got to get someone to, a partner or husband or wife, or call up a friend of yours or somebody, and you pitch that pitch, and then you go back and you watch yourself in your facial expressions, your body language, and your tone of voice as you are responding, as you're giving the pitch. Because believe it or not, if your facial expressions and your body language is not confident, you don't sound confident. Does everybody believe that?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, because the way you sound, the way your body expression, your facial expressions, the way that goes is a direct reflection on how you sound. It is a direct reflection on how you sound. So get comfortable with the script. Learn the script the way I just pitched it. And if you learn that pitch the way I just pitched it, there's not a soul in here that can't tell me that if you pitch that pitch the way I just pitched it, to 50 owner operators per day. Let me just ask you all, how many owner operators do y'all think you could close if you pitch that pitch the way I just pitched it? If you pitch to 50 owner operators every day?
You'll definitely close at least one a day, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's a given. That's a given. So then it becomes just about the numbers, right? All it becomes is about the numbers. Get 50 pitches out, not 50 phone calls, 50 pitches. Okay, some of y'all may be kind of calls that nobody picks up. Oh, I made 50 phone calls. 40 of them didn't pick up, but I made 50. No, 50 pitches. Pitch 50 on the operators. Okay, start calling on operators between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. at night. Why? Because That's when they're not doing anything. They've been driving all day. They shut down about 3 o'clock. They went into the truck stop and got a shower. Came back out and got something to eat. They sit down in front of the TV set, probably watching a movie or something that they don't want to watch because someone else got the remote control first. That's the time to call. Or they're back in their truck, in their bunk, watching the satellite TV, in their truck or something. Or they're on their computer. Looking for freight. That's the perfect time to call them. Right? That's the perfect time to call them. During that time, call and pitch 50 owner operators. I guarantee you, okay, this is the only guarantee they give you. I am guarantee you this. If you learn that pitch and pitch the way I just pitched, and you pitch the 50 owner operators a day, you're going to close at least one owner operator out of every 50. By the end of the week, you're going to have 5 owner operators. If you're following the training, the way I show y'all how to locate loads and how to identify dedicated freight and how to find these loads and do the back and do the reverse searches and the back hauls, this and that, you're gonna dispatch them a minimum of 4 loads per week. And you're gonna average out whether you're running them 3 loads a day or 1 load a day or whatever the case may be. If you're averaging out, 750 miles on the loads, 500 miles, whatever it is, you're going to average out anywhere between $1,200 and $1,500 per load or per day of dispatch. Okay, so if you're doing that and you dispatch them 4 loads per week, and you're charging your 10%, that's going to give you the neighborhood of $150,000 to $176,000. This is not that hard. It truly is not that hard. It really is just a matter of just doing the work. That's all it is. It's just doing the work. If you don't believe me, ask Darren Stevens. Ask Ms. Washington. She's got enough people now that she's pitched enough of them to where she understands. It's just about doing the work. And it just becomes a numbers game. That's all it is. It's just a numbers game. The more owner operators you call, the more you're going to close. The more you close, the more you're going to have to dispatch for. The more you dispatch for, the more money you're going to make. It really is just that simple. But you got to do the work. You got to do the work. And some other stuff you got to do. You got to develop your communication skills. You got to have a conversation with, once you sign your carriers up, you got to have a conversation with them. And we talk about that when you send them their profile form, when they send their profile form back, and you have that, and you all go over that profile form, that is the time to have that serious conversation with them about, okay, you're the driver, you're the professional driver, you drive the truck. My job is to find you good paying freight. That's what I do. I'm very good at it. Let me do my job, you do your job, I guarantee you we'll make a lot of money. But we can't make money if I try to drive your truck. You can't make money if you try to tell me what freight is good paying freight. Right?
Yes,
we got to
exactly.
do our job. We've got a role to play. We've got a role to play. If you're up in here, let me share my screen here real quick. If you're up in, where's my screen share at? Did I lose my screen share thing? Where's my screen share? Oh, here we go. There it is right there. All right. Share my screen again. All right. Let's say if you're up in, let's go to one of our load boards here. Direct freight. If you're up in, if you got a carrier, and this is what I mean by having these conversations. You gotta let the carrier know that you are good at what you do, and they need to listen to you because you're the expert. You have a bird's eye view of what's going on. They do not. Okay, you have a bird's eye view of what's going on. They do not. So you gotta instill in them that you're the expert. All right. So let's say you're looking at the load map. Okay. And you notice here on this load map, as you're looking at the load map, You notice here, if you got a carrier who's up here in Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, right? Or if you got them up here in North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, Nevada, right? What's the problem with that? Ain't no freight up there. You know, 106 loads, 37 loads, right? They got to travel, you know, distances just to make decent money, right? But if you got freight down here in Texas, right? Right now, you know, you got freight down here in Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, you know, PA, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, and you tell someone who's up here in Montana and North Dakota, and they're telling you, they're trying to tell you, well, you know, I don't want to go down past Utah, or I don't want to go over past Iowa, right? You can't make them no money, right? Right?
Right.
So you got to let them know that you're the expert. You have a bird's eye view of what's going on. I need to move you down here to Texas or Florida or Alabama or Georgia. Why? Because even if I move you to Florida, right, with just those loads right there, 718 loads right now, so at this time of the night on a Thursday night, right? If I move you down here to Florida, and with them 718 loads, come on, pull up. Now go over here and I click this estimated rate per mile, because I'm evaluating the load board. Now I know in Florida, right, I can put you on loads, dedicated loads, like right here, Tampa to Port Richard, right? Or this Jacksonville to Orlando, right? Right?
That one run almost every day.
They do run every day, except Saturday and Sunday. You see what I'm saying? This Winter Havens, what you call it? You know, all these loads, right here, Jacksonville out to Lakeland, all these loads are dedicated runs. You see what I'm saying? So if you bring them down here, you know you can put them on stuff that they can run every day and make decent money. $5.99 per mile, right? $800 for going what? 142 miles, $800. Can't they run that and have enough time to run back?
Yes, they can.
Okay, they make it $800 going one way, right? So if you can find them a load coming back, you know, on the other way, chances are it's going to be somewhere in the same neighborhood money-wise. Now, you're going to have to do some work to find them a load that's coming back. Orlando to Jacksonville, let's say 150. All right, Orlando to Jacksonville, estimated rate per mile. Do that again. Now that's going right back another way. You're gonna go 60-mile deadhead, grab a load in Lakeland, and go to Davenport, which is not far from Jacksonville. Or you're gonna go to Gainesville, which is right there next to Jacksonville, right? Or you're gonna go to Port Richard. You're gonna go 90 miles deadhead and grab a load from Tampa to Port Richard, which takes you back close to Jacksonville. You're not far from it. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's only a 39-mile run. But what you're really looking for is something like this right here to Elkin, Florida, to you're gonna want to go to Gainesville, Florida. That's gonna put you real close to Jacksonville, and you're gonna want to go like to Elkin, Florida, which is gonna probably put you somewhere close. Or you want to go to Polk City, these places like this, Polk City, right up around it, around in there. Even here's Gainesville again. Okay, Gainesville to Gainesville. That's a 1 mile run. But you gotta check to see what the rates are by going to your what? Your rate calculator, your lane calculator. But even if you just go with a load like this right here that takes you back to Gainesville, which is right there close to Jacksonville, that's $925. So you got a load that's going, pays you $800 going up, right? Without even negotiating the rate, and paying you $925 coming back. Is that not good money? Just going there and back?
Yeah, that's great money.
Yeah. Okay, $1,600 a day. Almost $1,700 a day. So, somewhere in that neighborhood. That's before you even negotiate a rate. So if you got a carrier who is way up here in these areas where they're not making any money, or they got to travel all over the country just to make some money and get back home every 2 to 3 weeks, wouldn't it make sense for them just to come down here and run all week here, or run all week here, or run all week here, or run all week here, right? Or run all week here, and here? 1, 2, 3, them stations right here that close to each other, 896 loads, 771 loads, 802 loads, and 1,009 loads. That's really like one state because they're so close together. So you run all week here, or you run all week down here, or here, or here, or here, and then you go home every weekend. Because if you get down here, you're doing about $1,800 a day on average, anywhere from $1,500, $1,200 minimum to anywhere probably close to $2,200 to $2,500 a day, 5 days a week, running the same loads. Versus up here, you got to run all over the country just to get some decent paying freight, and you get back home every 2 to 3 weeks, and you ain't making near as much money because you're running 3 times as much in fuel. You see what I mean? You got to have these conversations with them. You have to make them understand. They got to have to decide what they want to be. They got to decide if they want a lifestyle. If they're trying to live a trucking lifestyle, they ain't trying to make no money. Or if they want to run a business. I run business. I'm not in the lifestyle business. Okay? Business tells me that you need to relocate from North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, down to Texas, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio, PA, Indiana, Illinois, and run in these areas all week long, and then rent you a car or bring down your personal vehicle at some point in time, and you drive back home, leave your truck down here at a good, secure location. And you come back on Sunday night and be ready to make that money again for that next week, running them same dedicated loads. See, that's business. A lifestyle is you want to run all over the country so you can have a different fling or a different guy or girl or whatever it is you're doing in every state. That's a lifestyle. You can't make no money trying to live a lifestyle. You make money running a business. That's the conversation you all have to have with your carriers. I guarantee you, Darren Stevens has had that conversation with his carriers. I've had that conversation with my carriers. I guarantee you, people who are making money, they have that conversation with their carriers. Because their carriers rely on their expert advice to make them money. And that's what you have to get. You have to get in that type of relationship with your carriers. Okay? And a good way to establish that is really the script. Because if you pitch that script in control, the way we do it, you are setting the tone. You are setting the tone for your relationship. Because they already know that you are no nonsense type of person. From you pitching this, from you with the script, with the way you pitching the script. So they kind of expect you to be straight business, straightforward with them, and tell them what they need to hear to make some money, right? You're not in it trying to make them, trying to spare their feelings. You're trying to help them make money. And if you conduct yourselves in that way, You pitch that script. After you get them signed up to your dispatch agreement, you have that conversation with them and you set the tone. You're not going to have any problems with your carriers because your carriers are going to listen to what you tell them to do. Why? Because you're able to see the entire country. In most cases, they don't see it like that. They're thinking about their little area or where they like to be. Or they like these areas because they got a certain person over here and a certain person here and a certain person there and a certain person there and a certain person and a certain person there. You see what I'm saying? That's a lifestyle. You can't mix business and lifestyle decisions. It's never gonna work.
That's a fact.
Exactly. It's never gonna work. You have to decide what you want to do. Want a business to make money or live a lifestyle? Okay? All right. Questions. Open up for questions. Questions. Go over here. Got some people watching on YouTube, but nobody's checking in. But questions. What's your question? Questions tonight on the script, on what we just talked about? Questions. So everybody got the script down pat. Everybody understands the script.
I got a quick question. So like after
Yes, Ms. Johnson.
Okay. Hi, everybody. But I wanted to know, like, so after you do the pitch and then you send them the agreement and stuff. So how long should you wait? Like if you don't see that they hadn't signed, how long should you wait before you call them back?
That's a good question, but that's next week's class. but it's a good question. All right. Mm-hmm. I'm going to answer your question, but we're going to go over that again next week because next week is the dispatch agreement and carrier profile. Okay. Oh. After you have closed them and they say, okay, well, you're going to shoot your dispatch agreement, you immediately go ahead and you send them that dispatch agreement. Okay. Now, I have a conversation with them at that point. I'm going to go ahead and send you this dispatch agreement. Here's what I need you to do. Okay. Here's what I need you to do. I'm going to need you to go ahead and sign that distress agreement, fill it out, I'm going to send you a profile form. You're going to fill out that profile form. You're going to tell me how much money you need to move your truck. You're going to tell me where you like to run and where you don't like to run. You're going to tell me if you don't like to go up in the mountain. You're going to tell me if you don't like to pull X number of weight or whatever the case may be. You're going to lay out to me how it is you like to run, what type of freight you like to pull, how much money you need. Now, as soon as you get that back to me, and that signed dispatch agreement, the sooner I can find you some good high-paying freight. So I need you to get that back to me right away. Okay? Do you agree that it's very important that you get that back to me right away? Get them to commit. Do you agree that it's very important that you get this back to me right away?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So yep. All right. So I'm gonna send you this now. You're gonna send it back to me tonight, right? Put pressure on them to commit, because I'm not gonna go to bed until I get it back from you. So you're gonna send it back to me tonight, right? Right. They gonna feel guilty. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're gonna stay up all night if I don't send this thing to right? This is sales. That's all this is. This is sales, you all. It's sales. It's sales. Everything is about getting them to sign on the dotted line and getting that dispatch agreement and that profile form back to you as soon as possible. And so make them commit. Make them see the urgency in it. The sooner you get this back to me, the sooner I can start finding you some high-paying freight. You get this back to me tonight, I can probably have you unload tomorrow morning paying great money. Oh, really? Yep. Well, what type of freight thing? Well, I can't do any of that because it's illegal for me to even discuss freight with you until I have a signed dispatch agreement. So let's take care of it. Let's take care of first things first. Get me that dispatch agreement signed. So after I got that signed dispatch agreement, then I am officially your bona fide agent. So the statute says that I can't even go to load boards looking for freight until I have what? That pre-existing agreement Right?
Yep, that's true.
Right.
So let's make this legal so I can do this legal and find you some good paying freight. Go ahead and get that sign back over to me, and I'll go to work for you tonight. Find you some load and have you some options by tomorrow morning. Good deal? Make them commit. Good deal. All right. So I'm gonna get that. So you're gonna send this back tonight, right? Because I'm not going to bed until I get it. You know, make them commit. Make them commit. Because now, by you responding in that way, what does that do? What does that do? That does a couple of things, whether you know it or not.
It puts
lets them know what?
It puts pressure on them to get it done because they want to make sure you get them that good freight.
Yeah, but not only that, what does that let them know about you?
That you mean business and that you know your stuff.
Exactly. That's what you're going for. Mm-hmm. You are letting them know that, boys, she don't play. She about to be a pit bull on this freight. Well, I feel like I got somebody who wants to get it. Right?
Yep, that's true.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's what reflects on you. That's what you are exemplifying when you are behaving or when you are acting in that manner. You're showing them that you are serious about your business. You're showing them that you ain't in this for the lifestyle. You in this for the money. Right?
Right.
And you can't make no money if you don't make them some money.
Right.
That's what owner operators want. If you come to the locker days, oh yeah, just get that dispatch back. You can get it back to me in time this week. You're saying to Tony, he ain't really excited about what he's doing. And he can tell me, I get it back to him in the account. So he don't really, he ain't got no kind of urgency. Oh no, I might have made a mistake turning this to my send me a dispatch group because he sounds like he ain't trying to get it back. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You control. You are in control. You control how they feel about you. You control the relationship. You establish yourself as the dominant one in the relationship. You are establishing yourself as the expert on your end in the relationship. You are establishing yourself as the one who is in control. And that's what they want. That's what they want. They don't need you if you're not going to be in control. Right? If you're not going to take control and take care of that rate con information, take care of negotiating with them brokers, take care of getting the broker carrier agreements over and all that stuff done, take care of getting that paperwork done, take care of getting them EFS checks and that stuff paid for and getting that detention pay. And if you're not going to take control of that, they don't need you. Right?
That's true.
So let them know that you're in control. Because that's what they want. That's what they're looking for. That's what they need. Okay? So you have to remember, this is all still sales. You are selling yourself. You are selling yourself. You're selling your services. Okay? And you are taking control. Because ain't nothing worse. I'm telling y'all right now, there's nothing worse than a dispatcher who is not in control. That if the carrier is controlling you, that is the most frustrating thing in the world.
Very true.
I'll be honest with you now. If you ain't in control, boy, they're gonna waste your time. You ain't gonna make no money. They're gonna feel like you ain't doing your job because they're not letting you do your job because they feel like they gotta be no. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Some people say, well, I don't want to piss them off. Who cares if you piss them off? Because if you piss them off, that means that you ain't got no business working with them anyway. Right?
Yep, that's true.
If you trying to make them money is going to piss them off, then that relationship was doomed from the start anyway. That was going to never work no how. So it's best you know right now and just cut your losses and move on to the next person. Because it's a numbers game, y'all. It's a numbers game. That's why I don't do box trucks. That's why I don't do splinter vans. That's why I don't do hot shots. Okay, that's why I don't do it. Because it's a numbers game, and they're a waste of my time. I'm giving y'all a heads up. For all you out there who like to go out and contract box trucks and splinter vans and hot shots and what's up, cargo vans. You're gonna spend a whole lot of time finding freight that ain't paying worth nothing.
Facts.
Okay. Stick with what there's abundance of. Dry van semi, flatbed semi, reefer semi, power only semi. Notice all those things have the same thing in common. Semi. Not box, not sprinter, okay, not cargo, not hot shot. Semi trucks. That's the name of the game. That's the industry. The industry is built to support semi trucks. The industry is not built to cater to box trucks, sprinter vans, cargo vans. The industry, the way these load boards, every load board out there, every mainstream load board out there only caters to semi trucks. I don't care what load board you go to. If you look for box truck loads, you ain't gonna find very many of them, and they're gonna be very low paid. Okay? I don't care what state you're looking in. So you know what I'm talking about. If you out there looking for box trucks,
You asked
out there looking for box truck loads. Yeah, if you out looking for box truck loads, you are wasting your time. Let's go to Texas, where they got a lot of freight at for this time of the night.
Hey, Calvin.
Yeah.
So my power only, I got a roll-up door trailer. So called a broker last night and trying to book a load. I said, well, before I go any further, I'm gonna let you know the trailer is a roll-up door. And his question was, what is that? I was like, he got me there for a minute. I was like, what do you mean? What is that? He said, what's a roll-up door? I said, a trailer with the door rolls up. It's not a swing door. It rolls up.
It doesn't swing open. It rolls up.
So I said, can that trailer be used? He said, yes. There's no problem with that. I said, okay. Well, I said, well, you need to find out, because I don't want to have my driver go to the pickup and they refuse him. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Because shippers are very picky. Look, remember what I told you? This industry has a very narrow-minded view when it comes to what they want. This industry is built to cater to the traditional semi-trucks and trailers. Hear me when I tell y'all this. Like Darren just said, he didn't even know what a roll-up was. Yes, it is a semi-truck and there's a regular-sized trailer, but it has a roll-up door. And some shippers don't want roll-up.
Mr. Calvin, I had a situation where my box truck, they ended up going to a shipper, and even though the broker got all the dimensions and everything right, they still wouldn't use the box truck. They said they requested a drive-in. So, of course, that was on the broker.
Exactly. Like I said, this industry is not built for box trucks. If you go ahead and you look for box truck loads, now this is in Texas. I mean, look at this. This is what you got. And look at the rate. You're going to waste your time, booking a load that's paying 5 cents a mile? That is a real rate, y'all, for a box truck. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
You're going to waste your time booking a load that's paying 89 cents a mile? And it's got to go 618 miles?
Not gonna make any money. Nobody is.
It's got to go 980 miles, 5 cents a mile, $50, 980 miles. You're gonna run out of gas when you get there. on that, buddy. Right?
Yep, that's true.
Look, this industry is not designed to support these types of trucks. Okay? They're just not. They are just not. They're not. Okay? So it's nothing personal. Okay? And mark my words now, some of you are going to go out there and sign up a bunch of box trucks. You're going to call me. Yeah, I'm having trouble finding loads. Okay, well, what's looking for a box truck? Okay. Didn't I tell you that? This is business. Stick with what makes money. Stick with what you have an abundance of. Now, is there a market for box trucks? Yes, but it's not on the load boards. It is not on the mainstream load boards. Someone turned me on to a load board that has a lot of box truck loads, but it's $500 a month.
It's expensive. It's big, like $500 a month. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, $500 a month for load. Yeah, it's all what, stylists or
Selectors.
Select.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's called Select. $500 a month. Now they got a lot of loads. They keep you running, but it's $500 a month for the load board. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all how to find how to keep a box truck running. They got to go back old. They got to go old school. Old school, old school, old school, old school, old school, old school. If you got a refrigerated box truck, you're gonna look for fish houses. Fish houses, you'll say fish houses near me, or just wherever you're at. If you're in Pensacola, you're gonna click Pensacola. If you're in, whatever, you're gonna click fish houses. Here, if you got a refrigerated box truck, you're gonna go fish houses near me, or wherever that box truck is. If the box truck is in Sarasota, if it's in Texas, if it's in Dallas, whatever, you're gonna click, put in fish houses near the area. But you're gonna go fish houses, I'm near me. Okay. If you're looking for a refrigerated box truck, you're gonna come down here and you're gonna see this area down here. It's gonna pull up an area. Was I on Google? I was trying to go to Google. I thought I was on Google. But usually what happens is, let me go to Google. It sent me to Yahoo. I hate it when it does that. Go to Google. Because you're gonna do a Google search. All right. Get out of that Yahoo. All right. Fish houses. All right. Go to Google search. All right. You see, all right, when you go to Google search, you're gonna pull up stuff like this. And then you're gonna click more places. Right? Now it's gonna pull up all the fish houses or seafood houses or warehouses, all this stuff that deals with that type of fresh seafood, right? All right. So then if you got a box truck driver, I'm in the area, you're gonna contact every last one of these mom and pop shops. Chuck's Fish Tallahassee, Tally Fish House, Oyster Bar, CK Crab House, Wahoo Seafood Grill. You're gonna contact all these people. You let them know, hey, I got a guy who has a refrigerated box truck. Okay, I know y'all have to get your fish from here to there, have fresh fish in. This is that. He can move it. Can he come by and show y'all what he has and see if we can work out something with you? That's how you gotta do it. You gotta go back old school. You got to knock on some doors. You got to meet some people. You got to shake some hands. You got to negotiate face to face. Y'all see what I'm saying? If you got a box truck that's not refrigerated, you're going to look for something like parts houses. Parts houses near me. Same thing.
What about bread?
You're looking for stuff. Yeah, you're looking for stuff that truck can accommodate. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're looking for. You see all these parts houses. Now you got to stay away from the auto zones and stuff because those are really like mainstream, and they got their stuff already together. You're gonna go with like these little Napa, some of the mom and pop stuff.
That's for cargo van.
Parts house. Yeah. Cargo van, box truck, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to parts, stuff like that, ring power, things like that, places like that. Okay. But that's what you got to do. Another place to go if you got a refrigerator is mom and pop grocery stores and convenience stores. Okay. When you're gonna be making pickups from a certain place, delivering to back to that store, you're gonna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But that's daily work. That is constant work. It keeps you busy. It's gonna keep you paid. This is how you make money with box trucks, cargo vans, and sprinter vans. If you got a sprinter van, go to these medical centers. Why? Because they have all this stuff, medical stuff that they have to transport back and forth. Sometimes you're taking medicine to like if you go to these senior houses, right, where they have outpatients. Sometimes seniors can't get to the pharmacy to get stuff. You gotta have people go do that stuff for them, make those runs, and deliver stuff back and forth from the hospital to the senior care assisted living place. You see what I'm saying? That's how you make money with box trucks, sprinter vans, and cargo. You're not gonna, and you as a dispatcher, it really doesn't. It's not gonna benefit you to do this stuff. As you see, it's gonna take up a lot of your time, right? It's gonna take up a whole lot of time. What you spend 2 days trying to find a load for a sprinter van or a box truck, but you could have found, load for 8, 10 semi trucks each day, and made a hell of a lot more money. Don't waste your time with this thing. Look, some people say, "Kevin, you being hard on." No, I'm not being. I'm just being real. Okay, you got to be realistic. Because I got people that call me up now. Man, I can't make no money. I got about 5 trucks. I got signed on people. Every time I try to find them, I can't find them. Oh, well, what you looking for? Well, I got 5 box trucks. What did I tell you about box trucks? Yeah, but I thought maybe I could find some friends. Yeah, when you thought like that. I told you, don't waste your time. Because this is what's going to happen. I'm not telling you this because it's something that I think I know. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. I've been doing this a while, yo. I have been doing this a while. I've been pretty successful at it. Okay. So, and I say this all the time. I tell people all the time, don't mess with, don't waste your time signing on box trucks, sprinter vans, and cargo vans. As a dispatcher, it's not worth it to you. It's not. Okay? I'm not trying to discriminate against box truck drivers. I'm not. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you, like it is. All right? All right. That's kind of about do it for tonight. I hope y'all learned something. I try to make sure that every time we come on here, you all do learn something. Let me stop my share here. Hope y'all learned something. Hope y'all got a lot out of it. Probably next week we're gonna have a lot more people. So we did get a lot more people to sign up, and I'm expecting a lot more sign-ups because we're doing some stuff now that's gonna allow people to, give people the ability to sign up. Even if they're low on finances or whatever the case may be, we got some things in place now with the afterpay and with the personal loans that people can get to pay for our services and our platforms and things. This thing is opening up in ways I can't even really talk about really right now, but it's opening up. Trust me when I tell you that. It is opening up, and there's some things happening that's gonna, oh my God, it's gonna put us out there, y'all. Okay, but we're opening up. We are opening up, and I expect it's not gonna be long before we get our approvals for the VA and all this other stuff. And so when that happens, the price is going to change on our enrollment fees. Those of you who are already in, don't worry, you're in, your grandfather in. But for those people out there who are listening, if you've been on the fence or been waiting, or trying to pick the right time, well, no time like the present. Because once we get those VA approvals and we make these, these moves that we're going to be making here pretty soon, the enrollment fees are going to go up for our platform. Now, you're going to have access to a whole lot more stuff. You're going to have access to several trainers, not just going to be me training. You'll have access to a whole bunch of new faces and trainers and experienced people, whole bunch of training platforms that you're going to be able to go to, different training. You're going to be able to tune in to different training platforms, live training platforms. We're going to have several different YouTube channels, several different mentors that you all can book private consultations with. We are really about to really open up and become the go-to platform when it comes to freight broker, dispatch, and owner-op training. This is going to be the go-to platform because you're going to get so much stuff by just signing up. And it doesn't matter which RBBS logistics learning center you sign up with, whichever one you sign up with, you're going to have access to all of us and all of our training platforms and all of our training materials and whole 9 yards. Okay? So we're making some moves. We are making some moves. So hang on. It's gonna be one hell of a ride. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all learned something. I thank y'all for joining me. Thank you all, each and every last one of you all. I hope to see y'all back here, some of y'all back here on Saturday for our the broker's hour. We have broker trading every Saturday morning from 10:15 a.m. till about 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Monday nights, we have our owners meetings. We're not going to be broadcasting any more owners meetings live from here on out. Owner meetings are going to be private until, unless we have a special one that we may broadcast, but they're going to be private. And the owners meetings are going to be posted on our new private Facebook group. I'm creating a private group just for the owners. So I'm going to try to have that done by Monday. So by this Monday, I have that private group up. I'm going to have one on Facebook. I'm trying to have one on LinkedIn too. So we're going to have 2 private owners group, one on Facebook, one on LinkedIn. So we're going to be posting our stuff there. And the only people who are going to be able to access that stuff are RBBS Logistics Learning Centers owners. So in order to become an owner, you're going to have to, take advantage of our trademark usage opportunity where you can become an owner of your own RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. All right. So I got a question here real quick. Should I click down here? This question. Oh, somebody said thank you. Well, thank you. You're welcome, Ms. Johnson. Look, thank you all. I appreciate you all. You all have a great night. It's getting right at 9 o'clock, so it's about time for us to shut it down.